in order to look at leadership for 2010, at the latter part of last year, we held a leadership symposium, and we had a number of top business leaders from the recruitment sector and experts, people like you, and academics. What was the focus that group came out with? Is the real challenges more for the leadership teams that work out there at the front line?
Yeah. Well, the first thing to say, it was a great event. And a surprising event, and what surprised me was and inevitably my antennae was looking for this, but was the extent to which soft skills were coming across. It was it was a softer debate, soft meaning good, soft meaning it makes you more money in my experience, but it wasn't all about banging the table kind of leadership. It was about how do we engage people such that they do, we can influence them and they do what we need them to do. So there was some real undercurrent of emotional intelligence flying around the table, which was fantastic, I thought. The room was kind of stacked with entrepreneurs as well. That was actually quite interesting. People who have built businesses and sold them and built another business, and there was a duality actually. There were a couple of big people in the room, as you know, who set up big businesses, so run scale. And there are others that have run complex businesses, but they all had a track record and they all knew what they were doing. So it was a pleasure to be there, to be honest with you.
Great, and I think one of the things that was definitely discussed on that day was the importance of developing the next generation of leaders, G2s or whatever they're referred to. How important do you feel that is in 2010?
It's important all the time. So at a philosophical level, is it cheaper to grow your own? Yeah. Is it better to grow your own? I think it is as well. Which is kind of a heretical thing to say for a recruiter, because partly you need a strategy. You need a certain number of people that you're going to go to the marketplace and bring them in because they bring new ideas and new energy. But you better be growing your own. And growing your own in the recruitment marketplace is hard. There's an undercurrent out there at the moment of complexity in organisation, and I would say if you had 100 managing directors of medium-sized recruitment companies, if they could wave a magic wand at the moment, they would de-layer. They've got too many layers and not enough business, and so you have a number of effectively sales-oriented people, hunters. Who think they want to become a manager, so you put them in a manager job, and then there's either not enough business for them to manage because you need them to be individual contributors, or they're not managers. They are great hunters, and there's a real debate to be had about. This sounds awfully simplistic, but only create a management job if you really need it, really need it, and only put someone in it if they're a great manager, not a great individual contributor. And we need better career streams to allow individual contributors to go through the business, to be regarded, to earn lots of money, but not to manage.